HR Success Talk, and today we are privileged to have a discussion with Govind Singh Negi. Currently, he is designated as a Senior Director of Talent Management and Delivery Center Lead for a global IT called 3-Pillar Global, having a global presence in 6 countries in the US, India, Romania, Mexico, Costa Rica, and the UK, where he plays 3 major roles: country head of India, head talent for India, and global head for learning and development. He is also the founder of HR social group called HR Success Talk, which has 125,000 members and has gone global. He is also a regular blogger. He enjoys guiding young HR professionals in their growing career. He is the founder and trustee of an NGO called Amrita Devi Foundation that works for child education and women employment in Uttarakhand. So without further ado, let's all welcome Govind Singh Negi. So my first question for you, Govind, is can you share with us your professional journey, how you became a leader today? And I know that there are a lot of people out there that might be interested in what are the things that you have done in order to reach your current state.
Hi, I did my graduation and master's in computer application, and later on when I decided that I have to make my career in talent and people part of the organization, I decided to do my master's in human resources as well from Symbiosis University, Pune, India. In my professional journey, I worked with diverse industries. I started my career with education industry and slowly moved to real estate, ITES, outsourcing industry, and today I am the part of IT industry. I work for a US-based global IT software product development company as a senior director of talent management and delivery center lead. In this capacity, I am the country head for India and also the head of talent for India, and at the same time I am also managing the role of global L&D leader for our organization.
Thank you for sharing that, Govind. I've noticed that in the journey that you had, you were able to transition from one field to another. And that is the thing that a lot of people could resonate for those people that want to progress from one role to another. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and do what it takes in order for you to become effective. And the reason I believe that you are effective in your role right now is because you are not afraid to go from computer application to human resource, and you even equip yourself with a master's degree. So a lot of people are afraid. There are some people that are afraid to try new things, or they wanted to do things but they prohibit themselves. They think that, okay, I'm not in that field, so it's not my cup of tea. So, but the thing is, in order for us to see our potential and realize our full potential is actually to step out of our comfort zone, see if that industry would really benefit you, or that field could really fit your skill or your personality. And that is actually the tip for if we want to progress in our role. Be willing to do what it takes in order to get there. Since we are talking about leadership journey, and you've shared with us about your background, now we are interested, since you are the founder of HR Success Talk, what catapulted the idea of establishing the HR Success Talk?
Well, there is an interesting story behind this, that how I decided to build this community called HR Success Talk. Initially, it started from writing a blog, and the thought process behind writing that blog was that I wanted to make sure that I am sharing the learning which I captured during 2 decades of my experience and share it with the people who wants to get some benefit out of it. I started with a blog, and that blog was very popular. It went viral, and after that, I started getting a lot of emails from people asking various questions and wanted to get my advice on it. It reaches to a point where it was actually very difficult for me to answer each and every email. That's where this thought of building an ecosystem, which is called HR Success Talk, where people can come together and people who wants to share their experience can do so. People who wants to learn from others and seek advice can also leverage this platform. So this is the whole idea behind it, coming together, learning from each other, and sharing your knowledge with the rest of the world.
I like the idea, Govind, that HR Success Talk started out from a blog, and from that idea of sharing your knowledge to a group of people, and then the rest is history. And this is actually what is fascinating about an idea. So if we're really, since we are talking about also personal development, unlocking the human potential for us to become a better leader, I think it's important that we don't let go of the idea that we have. So in your case, you have this idea in mind that, okay, let me just start with a blog, and then you get on with it, and then people responded to that, and you gain a lot of followers as a result. And that is just incidental in a way. That's just the consequence of you doing what you love to do. So in our journey, in our personal development, that is actually a good thing to remember, that don't let go of an idea that you have in mind. And in your case, it started out with a blog, and then you decided to share your knowledge for those people that were interested and asked for your advice. And then eventually it's now, boom, a big platform, a global platform where people can learn from each other. So it and now we're going global. So it's not every person who have been successful in life always have an idea. So don't let go of that idea. I think try to grow it, try to nurture it, try to see if that could help another individual. So I want to know, Govind, in your perspective as the one who founded HR Success Talk, since it impacted many lives, for you personally, how did it impacted you?
Well, that's an interesting question. HR Success Talk has helped me in multiple ways, but let me call out 2 ways which I think are most impactful. One, HR Success Talk gave me a personal branding. Through this network, I am meeting a lot of people, getting to know them, and that's the way they know me. And that's where a lot of exchange of information is happening. And this way, I think many people know me as person, as professional, and that is helping me to build my personal brand among those HR and business leaders. The second, and I think most important way by which I got impacted was learning new things. When you meet new people, you get to know a lot of things they are doing good in their industry, in their job, and the way they are managing their challenges in the business and the personal front. So I think HR Success Talk has gave me those mentors, coaches, people I can go and interact with, share my thought process, brainstorm, push ideas to them, and that's way I think I'm able to take decisions not only in my personal life but in professional life by listening to all those professionals and making sure that I'm taking decisions which are well thought of.
I love what you said, Govind, about personal branding, because that is actually a requirement in leadership, that in order for us to become a better voice, a better mentor, or a better coach, or to inspire other people, because that's what a leader does. You inspire people, you motivate people, you become a role model for them. So if you have a good personal branding, it's easy for people to follow you. Not only that, personal branding actually shapes how you serve better as a leader. Not because you wanted more attention to be directed towards you, that's why you want more personal branding. Although personal branding does actually increase your market value out there. But more so, it shapes you as a better leader. You will be able to serve other people better if you have that personal brand. So it's the kind of leadership where you will be able to showcase your value, not showcase yourself or self-promotion, because other people thinks that personal branding is about self-promotion. You have to show your achievements, your success stories. That's not what I meant. What I meant is the kind of value that you want to show people that you have. The principles, the values, your core values that you project to people. And that kind of personal branding is actually different. What I've noticed in what you said, Govind, is that your purpose is actually to educate more people. And HR Success Talk became a platform to learn from each other, and that's a very laudable purpose, and that's the value, that's the personal brand you were able to project to people over the years, that you love to learn and you love to learn from other people as well and pass that learning to others. So it's an ecosystem that evolves where everybody benefits. So as HR Success Talk aspire for global expansion, can you share with us what is your vision for the future?
Well, the vision behind HR Success Talk is to share knowledge and learn from each other as much as we can. No doubt, the inception of this community happened in India, and it has 125,000 members today across the world, but majority of them in India. But this vision applies to everybody. This is a global vision, and that's the reason we thought that in 2021 we will start establishing our chapters in other countries as well. So far, we have started in UAE and Ghana, but in future we would like to also cover other countries so that they can also participate in our mission and vision. Now, the future plan is that when we go global, we are able to take our ecosystem globally. We have a lot of learning platforms like webinars, HR conferences, awards, blogs, YouTube channel, certificate and assessments, and there are so many ways by which we implement our vision and try to put it into practice. Our global vision is to reach out to as much as countries we can, have our presence out there, and make them part of this learning journey.
We're so excited, Govind, for all those programs that we have in store for 2021 and in the future, and look forward to more engaging activities. And I'm excited. I'm equally excited with what we will have, like the Excellence Awards, and also the continuous learning that we are advocating for a lot of professionals out there. So another question that I have in mind is that many of our social media followers or audiences have seen or witnessed how you are leading this organization into its current glory with all the volunteers that we have. And so in terms of leadership, on the topic of leadership, what advice can you give people on how they can develop their leadership skill?
Well, that's an interesting question, because you need a strong leadership to build a community or an organization. Here, I will share my learning while building this HR community to the stage it is today. One of that was, as a leader, I always wanted to make sure that people are connected with the purpose of this community, and this purpose resonates to them. And that's where, when we are onboarding any volunteer or accepting their proposal to be a volunteer, we always made sure that the person is joining us because that person feels connected with our vision of learning and sharing from each other. So that's the first thing. The second thing was that when you are connecting people to such a larger vision, you have to also make sure that you are talking and doing stuff which are relevant to them, which means that you are also investing in their growth. You are making sure that they feel that HR Success Talk is living its value of learning from each other, not only with the outsiders, but we start it at the home, meaning we start with our volunteers. So volunteers are the one who are getting trained on multiple things, whether these are soft skills, whether it are technical stuff, we always go back to our volunteers and ask. So meaning understanding and keeping the growth of our people in mind was also the bigger part of it. So I would say setting up and aligning our volunteers and people with the bigger picture and the purpose of the community, and also investing in their growth, was the two things which really helped me in building this community such a big which is today.
Thank you, Govind. What I've gathered from what you have said is that you have to become a visionary leader, which means that you have to know how to lead people to understand the vision or the purpose of the organization. And you did just that. You were able to tell all of us that this is where we are going, this is where we are heading. And I think as a leader, that is important, because if you are not a visionary leader, you don't know how to set the course for the people. So if there are followers and you are the one leading and you don't know where the direction it is going, then it's difficult to know what's the end goal, right? So it's understanding, or as you have said, aligning people to that purpose. And this is what we do also in the corporate world, but where we must align the people to the business objectives so that everyone understands their role and take their part seriously and play that role so that they will be able to contribute to the bigger picture. And that's a very good tip. And the second thing that I gathered from you is that you have to provide growth and develop the people. That is actually very important, that we understand where the people are and what their skills are, how we can tap into their resources, what they're good at, their skills, their abilities, where we can tap onto that, and then they will feel motivated and empowered even more if they know specifically what type of role and what kind of contribution they can provide. So it's actually a struggle or a nightmare for them if they stay in an organization where they don't know what they're doing there, or they don't see their value, they don't see their importance, or if the organization does not provide them an avenue or a room for growth, and you become stagnant. And when you become stagnant, you, of course, if nothing is progressing, it will eventually wear you off. And that's when the burnout sets in, or the demotivation sets in. So thank you for that. So that ends our first discussion with Govind. And I would like to take this opportunity for you to register and watch out for our next event, which is on 7th of August 2021. It's leadership development. It's a seminar on leadership. The theme is unlocking the human potential to thrive in the future of work. And so we would like you to register and be part of that event. And we will be giving out certificates for those who will attend this webinar. See you there.